Hello, everyone. Welcome to Share and Inspire Foundation. This is a story of a young man from Uganda explaining his childhood and some of the challenges he experienced growing up in a polygamous family. Listen.
I would like to share this story with the world. Polygamous family, where my dad has 5 wives and over 40 children. My mom being the 4th wife, meant since our childhood, they never wanted to have us in the family. They are doing a lot of witchcraft on us and our mother. They want us not to study or get any support or hope from our father. They have gone ahead and plotted around 3 accidents on my father, aiming at killing him or making us not to get anything, because when he is there we shall be okay, which they don't want. They have plotted many accidents, they have sent charms and a lot of many bad things. In 1992, when my dad was traveling to go for shopping somewhere in Iganga, one of the districts in the eastern region, they did it and it happened. His pancreas was removed, and now since then in his body they are just sponges instead. Even my mother, in the process of treating my dad in the hospital, these 4 stepmothers could isolate her. During daddy's accident in 1992, my mom and us were in my daddy's worker shop. After a year from the accident, Samia wife placed her in the business. My mom and us were removed and taken back to the village, where getting food was a very big problem, because these wives never wanted even a single coin of our dad to be spent on us, and any support from dad at all. During my primary 3, dad had a misunderstanding with my mom. He beat her seriously, where she was almost dead, helpless, and one of the co-wives could pass around talking bad about her and laughing at my mom, because this could make her happy. One morning, when my uncle heard about the matter, he came and found us were so desperate, very hungry, because nobody was there to cook for us, and he decided to pick us and our mom and took us to his place. My mom and us was there for some good time until 1992, with no food, no support. Even my uncle had nothing. And after 2 years, that was in 2002, my uncle decided to let us go to my daddy's home, because daddy's wives never wanted to live with us. Our dad had to keep us with him at his workplace until I finished my primary 6 in 2001. In 2002, Dad decided to change me to a different school because he wanted me to at least perform better. He decided to take me to another stepmother. She was too bad to me. She could send me very early in the morning. I could first go fetch water. That was about 1.5 kilometers away from home. do homework, sleep almost late every day. I was very late for school. My performance was not too good as I had expected before, but God helped me and I finished my primary leaving examinations. It was the same even in my secondary school education, living with that very stepmother. She could leave me alone in the house, goes to witch doctors to pick local medicines that could make me run mad. Since this was her aim, I somehow got mad while in senior 3, and because she never wanted me to complete senior 4, this was happy on her side. In senior 4, that took me to a boarding school while I was not even okay at all. But I never told him anything because I feared if I had told him that, he would stop me from going to school. And whenever every term could start, this lady I was staying with could go and carry all the money from my daddy's workshop. Go and carry all the money from my daddy's workshop that he had collected to give me as school fees. Her aim was to make sure I fail in all areas and only her children could study and be well instead. I feared. I ran away and went to stay with my dad at his workplace until I finished my senior 4. These very stepmothers planned many accidents again after I had finished senior 4, but God helped me by His grace and such things didn't happen to me. In my advanced level, that took me to a boarding school in Kampala, where I could only go back home for Christmas because I feared they were going to kill me or spoil my head again. After 10 years of that suffering, that was in 2008, my mom heard about my suffering. She decided to come back. I was almost dead due to witchcraft. They performed on me. When they saw my mom back, again they started on her. I had only 2 places to stay. That was my school and sometimes at church, fearing to go back because they wanted me dead. Until I finished my senior 6 in 2011. In 2012, while I was at university, they wanted to kill my mom, me and my dad, using this very witchcraft, aiming at seeing me not succeed academically or to make sure I die. They could plan accidents, spoil business, take all the money intentionally and forcefully. While at the university in my second year in 2014, the 2 stepmothers planned another serious accident where they called and lied my dad that one of their children was seriously sick and was admitted to hospital. The 2 stepmothers decided to send a killer with a motorcycle to carry him from the workplace so that he could go and see the sick child. And the second accident occurred. Dad got a fracture on his right thigh. School fees became a problem to me. My mom was given poison in the process of treating my dad, so she was also not okay. When daddy's friends could come to see him in the hospital, carrying for him some money, the stepmothers could pick the money and hide it instead, because they knew he could send me this money to pay for my school fees. Dad stayed in the hospital for 3 days without being attended to. This was because this stepmother could hide all my daddy's details from the doctor. When the doctor could come to ask for daddy's detail, the stepmother had to give wrong information that was not even related to my dad, because they wanted him to die there in the hospital, and they take back the body as an unknown body. One stepmother left dad in the hospital and ran back to our village to sell off all daddy's property, including the house that was generating part of the school fees, to make for my money, my school fees. I had no food while at school. School fees was a problem, and I could only survive by asking a little things from my friends. I was planning to register for a dead year, and when my mom heard about it, she was not fine with it at all. She started moving around, begging people to give her at least a loan to pay for my school fees and pay for my rent while at the university. Because we came from a big family, my uncle, that is my maternal uncle, my paternal uncle saw my mother moving to people to get money to pay for my school fees. One of the daddy's brothers started barking at my mom seriously, telling her to go back home and sit down, asking her very many questions why she's loitering in the town, what is she doing there. But my mother insisted until she got a good person who accepted to give her a loan of about 1.5 million Ugandan shillings, as my dad was bedridden by then. While at home on the bed, this stepmother who was hiding my daddy's detail ran away from what she was doing and decided to come to my dad, using this opportunity to start strangling my daddy's neck, aiming at killing him, because it was the only method of making him die, and I failed to get school fees to finish my university. These stepmothers went ahead to train their children ways of getting money from my dad. They trained the children to lie and sweet talk dad to get them money and give to them such that they can misuse it. All this was to make sure that all the business or all the sources of money collapses to zero, so that dad goes to start using a hand hoe to dig, not to do any business at all. Slowly by slowly, the business went on doing badly, it failed. And as I talk now, no more business for my dad, only digging, and the land is infertile at all. where the harvest cannot even generate school fees, even for 2 children out of the 40 that he has. When I had finished university studies, that was in 2015, in August, again these stepmothers didn't get tired. They started blaming Dad that he used all the money on me, which had made all the other 35 children not to study. Now from fighting me, they also continued to hunt me, my mom, and on the 23rd of January 2016, when it was remaining 3 days for my graduation, the 2 stepmothers, after seeing that I have managed to finish, now they started sending witchcraft again, just to make sure that I do not graduate. I was too sick, terrified, could not move. I was alone in my room. I ran back home in the village, told my mom to pray for me, called her pastor to pray for me also, and all other people who could help her, until when I managed to attend my graduation ceremony. Remember, in a family of my dad, among the 40 children, I am the only one who has studied up to university level. After a lot of hardships, attending to very many prayers, going through hard work, struggling, without staying at home at all, even up to today. I have taken now around about 3 years without going back to my village, because they want me dead. If not, again I ran mad, as they wanted from the beginning. I am now in Kampala, only surviving on my own way, and I fear to even think of going back to see my people, but only talk to them over the phone. That is my mom and my dad. The reason I have shared this story with the world is to encourage someone out there who is going through similar challenges like I did, that life struggles and situations are never permanent if you are determined to achieve something. I struggled and I was able to go to university, where I studied bachelor's degree of information systems. I am currently looking for a job, and I request if there is anyone out there who could help me in securing one, will be very much appreciated. I would like to get a job so that I hope my siblings who are still at school and struggling with the school fees and other educational needs, or if there is also someone out there who could help me in supporting a few of my siblings' education, he or she will be appreciated. Thank you very much, the world, for being kind to me, and may God bless you all. May God bless all of you who will listen to my story.
Thank you everyone for listening to the story of this young gentleman. If at all you're touched by his story, as we said earlier, this foundation is about humanity. If you're touched by this gentleman's story, please do not hesitate to contact us at shareandinspirefoundation@gmail.com if you'd like to help him in any way possible. he would very much appreciate it, and us at the foundation would very much appreciate it as well. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.